Right now at 7, it's a weekend full of campaigning for both presidential candidates. The pitches they are making to voters ahead of this month's debate.
And storms early, but hot temperatures later in the day. I'll have your full Father's Day forecast coming up.
And later, a Milwaukee Qdoba restaurant temporarily shut down. Why and what the owner plans to do to reopen. Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. It is Sunday, June 16th. Happy Father's Day to everyone watching out there. Let's take a look outside this morning. Jacob is here with what you need to know. So besides the heat, Jacob, I mean, there's some storms kind of rolling through right now. So, I mean, it's not the best day around for Father's Day, unfortunately, it seems.
Yeah, at least the good news is that these storms are going to be mostly early, but the bad news is that this will likely be the hottest day of the year so far. I'll talk about the temperatures in a moment, but first, plenty of storm activity right now in southern Wisconsin. Zooming in, these storms are moving kind of to the east-northeast, and there is a line of heavy rain just to the west of Madison, and that's going to move into the area over the next 30 minutes or so. So we likely are going to see another round of heavy rainfall, but a lot of the area seeing heavy rain up north towards Dodge County near Beaver Dam. You know, that line of heavy rain to the southwest going to move in. Also a few lightning strikes. Good news is that we're not really seeing any severe weather, but we are seeing some strong winds within some of the storms. And further south, those of you in Janesville and Beloit could miss out on the rain. This line may just move to the north of Janesville, but still seeing some heavy rain to the south. Those of you in Evansville likely going to see some heavy rain very shortly. Zooming further out, once again, this is moving to the northeast, and there is more heavy rain, again, just the southwest of Dane County moving in. For those of you in La Crosse, not quite as heavy of a rain, but off to the west, we are seeing some of those showers and storms. But as I mentioned at the top, the good news is that this is going to clear out of our area over the next few hours. By the time we get to 11, most of our area will be dry, but we are going to be warm. Highs will be near 90. I'll talk more about that a little bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. To Campaign 24 coverage, this weekend is certainly one filled with speeches on the race to the White House, with both President Biden and former President Donald Trump on the campaign trail, while the economy and immigration are taking center stage. Natalie Brand is following the latest from Washington.
Former President Donald Trump, campaigning in battleground Michigan, is hoping to court black voters, speaking at a roundtable discussion at a church in Detroit.
We've done more for, and I say this, I say it proudly, more for the black population than any president since Abraham Lincoln. That's a big statement.
Ahead of the event, his campaign unveiled the Black Americans for Trump coalition. Trump and President Biden are running neck and neck in the polls in Michigan, a key swing state that President Biden won in 2020 by around a 3% margin. Michigan voters say the economy is top of mind.
The economy is a big issue for people who are barely making it. Eggs, milk, bread, everything's really high, so that is a big ticket issue.
Saturday evening, Trump headlined a convention held by a conservative youth group. In Los Angeles, President Biden attended a star-studded fundraiser this evening with former President Barack Obama and actors George Clooney and Julia Roberts. The Biden campaign says the event has already raised in excess of $28 million, calling it a record for a single Democratic fundraiser. Before joining the president, First Lady Jill Biden campaigned in the battleground state of Arizona.
Donald Trump is dangerous. Yes, to our livelihood, to our security, and to the future of our country. We simply cannot let him win.
In 12 days, former President Trump and President Biden are scheduled to face off in their first 2024 debate. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
And the Detroit chapter of the NAACP later condemned Trump's use of a black church for his roundtable, saying in a statement, quote, "The black church has often been seen as both an institution of spiritual fervor and social activism. One must be careful not to allow its sacred mission to be abused, particularly by those who see it as a political platform to propel a political agenda, long on symbolism but short on substance." Now into some other national news we're following. The FAA is investigating after a Southwest Airlines flight plunged towards the ocean near Hawaii. This happened back in April and only coming to light on Friday after Bloomberg reported Southwest sent a memo to pilots about the incident. Flight tracking data shows the Boeing 737 MAX 8 dropped at a rate of more than 4,000 feet a minute. At one point, it flew as low as 400 feet before rapidly climbing. According to Bloomberg, the memo indicated a newer first officer was flying at the time and inadvertently pushed forward on the control column. The flight was heading from Honolulu to the neighboring island of Kauai, but the memo said the pilots decided to abort the plane there due to bad weather. Flight tracking data shows the plane then returned to Honolulu. Concerns are growing that the H5N1 bird flu could become a more pressing problem for humans. It's already spread to livestock herds in at least 12 states, and 4 human cases have been reported in 3. Scientists are concerned if the bird flu mixes with regular flu this fall, it could make a so-called Frankenstein flu. This could also bring the potential to become a pandemic. CBS medical contributor Celine Gounder says more testing at the farm level is needed to track this spread.
They only are required to test if they're moving cows over state borders. So they could be moving them within the state. There's no testing requirement. In terms of the farm workers, a lot of them are undocumented. And so they don't want to be on any kind of government roster, database, whatever.
The CDC says the risk to the general public from bird flu remains low. This past week, the Agriculture Secretary said 24 companies are working to develop a bird flu vaccine for cattle, and the USDA is doing its own preliminary research at its lab in Iowa. And a consumer alert, a brand of mattresses are being recalled because of a fire hazard. The mattresses are marketed under the Nap Queen brand name and were sold before October of 2023. Models include the Sleep Victoria Cooling Gel and Pocket Coil Hybrid. The problem is they do not meet federal fire safety requirements. This manufacturer is offering a free cover, which Nap Queen will send to affected customers. Now looking around Wisconsin, it was in 2023 when a Qdoba in Milwaukee temporarily shut its doors after a man found a razor in his burrito. It was this past week when the restaurant's licensing came up for renewal with the Milwaukee Common Council voting for the temporary closure. Zoe Henry has the story.
You hear stories of Halloween with apples that have razors in them. I never dreamed I'd have a burrito with a razor in it.
Scott Seward ordered 2 pork burritos at the Qdoba on Brady Street on Halloween in 2023.
The first pork burrito I finished in the store. It was delicious.
He says the second burrito he ate at home had an extra ingredient.
I reached in my mouth, I pulled out this razor blade, and I could not believe my eyes.
Seward called the Milwaukee Health Department. According to the health department, they took the razor Seward found back to Qdoba and compared it to a bag cutting tool at the store. The department says it was a match. Seward says he also emailed Qdoba's corporate offices. Their response came days later and said, in part, it would offer 2 free meals. Do you wish you would have gotten a better response from the company itself?
You know, as an owner, I would have personally called whoever and talked with them and explained how sorry I was and find some way of making it up.
This week, when Qdoba's licensing renewal came up, the Milwaukee Common Council decided to close its doors for 10 days.
Boys mess up sometimes, okay? That's the world we live in. It happened to me, and I'll never be able to eat at another Qdoba again.
Seward adds he's just blessed he didn't swallow the razor.
That's Zoe Henry reporting. At this past week's council meeting, the Qdoba's owner remarked the razor incident was taken very seriously. The restaurant now uses scissors to open its food bags. They do also have plans to reopen this coming Friday. Still ahead here on Weekend Mornings, Jacob's full forecast on this sunny and hot Sunday. Plus, Susan Simon will sit down with one of the lead actresses in the Broadway hit Tina, the Tina Turner musical. That's next here on Weekend Mornings.
Time is running out to call Mad City Baths during big deal days. Our American-made baths and showers are infused with Microban for easy cleaning. And in addition to baths, Mad City is also your trusted source for Eco Sky windows and kitchen cabinet refacing. Last chance to call during this program to take advantage of the savings during big deal days. Save $1,000 on a new bath or shower. Now that's a big deal. 0 down and 0 interest till 2026. Senior and military discounts plus a bonus. Receive $750 in safety upgrades with your bath or shower purchase. And remember, this is the last chance during this program for a free $50 Walmart Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
GA, the advanced form of dry age-related macular degeneration, can irreversibly damage your vision. It can progress faster than you think. When GA threatens your eyes, take a stand. Slow GA with Syfovre. Syfovre is an eye injection that was proven to slow damaging lesion growth over 2 years with increasing effect over time. It's the only FDA-approved treatment to slow GA in as few as 6 doses per year.
Don't take Syfovre if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye that may include pain and redness. Syfovre can cause serious side effects such as eye infection and retinal detachments, severe inflammation of vessels in the retina which may result in severe vision loss, wet AMD, eye inflammation, and an increase in eye pressure. Most common side effects are eye discomfort, wet AMD, small specks floating in vision, and blood in the white of the eye. Tell your doctor right away if you have any side effects.
Every moment counts. Act now to slow GA with Syfovre. Ask your retina specialist about Syfovre.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including First Choice Dental for Best Dental Practice and Best Orthodontic Practice. Vote for First Choice Dental on MadisonMagazine.com. Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including the Del Bar for Best Restaurant and 4 other exciting categories in food and drink. Vote for the Del Bar on MadisonMagazine.com.
Happy Father's Day, everybody. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know for this week. We are going to see hot temperatures through Tuesday with warm temperatures still in the forecast after Tuesday, just not quite as hot as it will be the next 3 days. Storm activity is expected by the middle of the week and really through the end of the week. Now, right now, we are seeing some showers and storms as well, especially in the southern portion of the state. Right now, there is a heavy line of rainfall just to the west and also to the south of Madison, moving to the northeast. So once this line clears out, everything after for Dane County will be mostly light to moderate on the back end, but there also are a few showers and storms to this further south in Greene and Rock County. Looks like there's going to be a quick round of showers and storms for Janesville over the next 30 minutes or so. Overall, though, this is going to clear out of the area by around 9 to 10 a.m. Places to the east and to the northeast may see it last a bit longer, but by the late morning and early afternoon, we are going to be dry. But that's really when the alert day starts. The alert day is not for the rainfall we're seeing right now, but rather the hot temperatures we're expecting later in the day. Again, this is for all of southern Wisconsin, and this will last through Tuesday, but it mostly will be during the afternoon hours. Obviously, the alert date will take a little bit of a break for the overnight hours, although it's still going to be very mild overnight, but certainly nothing too dangerous during the overnight hours. Now, as we look at the heat index values, there are going to be in the middle 80s by the noon hour. By the afternoon, we're talking about heat index values in the middle to upper 90s, maybe even triple digits for a few locations at times. And then for Monday, we're going to see another hot day, especially for southern Wisconsin. It's not going to be too bad for you folks in La Crosse, especially up north, but in southern Wisconsin, we're still talking about those heat index values in the middle 90s. And Tuesday is going to be a hot day as well. So looking at the full 7 to 10 day forecast, temperatures are still going to be warm after the alert day ends Tuesday. But again, the alert day is mostly for southern Wisconsin. Still going to see those highs in the middle 80s. We also are going to see several other chances of storms, with the best chance occurring Wednesday, but we're going to continue to see that through the end of the 10-day forecast. So here's a look at Madison's forecast. Highs will be in the middle 80s for Wednesday through the end of the 10-day forecast. Again, the best chance of storms will be for Wednesday, Thursday, and then again Friday. By the weekend, still could see a few showers and storms, but it'll be a little bit less of a chance compared to the middle of the week, and that's going to be the case for the beginning of next week as well. So once again, stay safe in the heat today. The good news is that we're not going to deal with anything extreme, which is around heat index values above 105, but we're still going to be pretty hot. So limit time outdoors and drink plenty of water. We've been saying that for the last couple of days. If you are in the shade, though, it should be okay, considering that the heat index values will likely stay below 100 for most of the day.
All right, Jacob, thank you. The queen of rock and roll, Tina Turner, died just over a year ago at the age of 83. However, her life and legacy continue to thrill and inspire audiences around the country. The national tour of the Broadway hit Tina, the Tina Turner musical, is in Madison through today. Susan Simon meets up with a Wisconsin native and lead actress in the show who's performing for the first time at Overture.
Sherry, welcome back to Wisconsin.
Thank you, thank you.
This must feel like a full circle moment for you.
Oh, it really does, it really does. I'm so excited to be back in my home state, performing as an adult.
Tell me a little bit about your journey. You grew up in Milwaukee.
I grew up in Milwaukee, in Brown Deer, to be exact, and studied at William Riley Academy of Ballet. Actually started performing when I was 7, I think. I had my first solo at church, and did my first dance concert when I was 10, and started doing plays through the Brown Deer Rec Department, and just, it's always been my dream.
What is your role in this show?
So I am a swing and an understudy. So what swings do is we cover the ensemble members, and then the people who are considered principals, who are like lead roles, they are covered by the understudies. So I cover 6 women in the ensemble, and I also understudy Tina's mom and her grandmother.
So you're not playing the role of Tina, but any given night, you're playing any of the other 6 lead roles in this show.
There's 10 women in the show, and
right.
I cover 8 of them.
Were you a fan of Tina Turner before you auditioned for this show?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I actually, since 2002, I've sung with a Tina Turner tribute band.
Wow.
So I was very familiar with Tina. I was very familiar with all of her music, even like her style of dancing. So it was really wonderful to have the opportunity to audition for this show, much less to get to be in it and actually do it. I really kind of feel like my life has kind of led me to this place and to be in this production.
Her music is iconic, and most people know it, but her story may not be. And there are parts of it that are intense.
So she started in the industry at a very young age, came from a home of abuse, was actually left by her mother, and her mom took her sister and went away, and her dad was like, I can't with you. and so she was raised by her grandmother for a good period of time, and then got involved with Ike Turner. And while he was the door that opened her to her career and everything that music gave her and brought her, that was also an abusive relationship.
There are moments of it that are jarring.
Yes.
But ultimately, it's a story of survival and redemption
and triumph.
And triumph.
And triumph.
What is it that you hope people who come to see it will take away from it?
I hope they will take away an appreciation for Tina's story, for her struggle, for her triumph. And I hope they will also take away the sense that if she can do it, I can do it. There's that sense of you can do anything. You can, you can rise above whatever your situation may be. And she came from not just one horrible situation, but several horrible situations, and was still able to rise above it.
Jalen Banks, News 3 Now at 6 and 10, weekends moving forward.
I'm Megan Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too. And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
I love the co-op because of the good food and it supports the community. I love the fresh produce, coffee at the juice bar for while I'm shopping, and the large selection of bulk products.
I think the prices are great. I love the co-op because they make healthy food affordable for people.
I love the people who work here and the people who shop here.
The vibe is great, and they have fun cooking classes for kids.
I love the co-op. I come here almost every day.
It's kind of my mini vacation going there.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day. From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
To oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
Today, a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Now, don't you worry. I'm going to take real good care of your windows.
You need the experts at Feldco. Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2026. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast so you can enjoy your new windows all summer long. 2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Senator Baldwin says I'm not from Wisconsin. But this was my childhood home. Graduated East High. Became a Badger in '86, where I've had my company for over 20 years.
And this is where we live. It's our family home.
I'm a fourth-generation Wisconsinite. It made me who I am. If Senator Baldwin's not going to be honest with you about where I'm from, what makes you think she'll be honest with you about anything? I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Here's a look at some safety tips for you to stay safe during the heat. Obviously, we've been talking about limiting time outside and staying hydrated, but also it's important that light-colored and lighter clothing will reflect the sun, whereas dark-colored clothing will actually absorb it. So here's just a few safety tips to stay safe. Again, the good news is that we aren't dealing with the extreme heat, so if you are in the shade, you should be pretty good. Now here's a look at the actual temperatures going forward. After Tuesday, they're still going to be fairly warm with highs in the middle 80s, but we're not expecting to get to the 90s. But again, we're not really going to see the temperatures cool down all that much going forward. Even the cooler days in the 10-day forecast, we're still talking about highs in the lower 80s. And looking at the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, which is forecasting for the end of June, we're still going to see above average temperatures, and that's the case for the entire eastern half of the United States. So the warmer temperatures and really the summer temperatures, they're here to stay.
Jacob, thank you. Some health news now. Gen X is getting cancer at higher rates than baby boomers and the silent generation. A study published by JAMA shows people born between 1965 and 1980 have experienced decreases in certain cancers, including lung and cervical, but several others are increasing, including thyroid, kidney, prostate, and ovarian. Study authors suggest this could keep the overall cancer rate high for decades in the U.S. And new research shows World Trade Center responders who had more severe exposure to the toxic dust or debris may have a higher risk of dementia before the age of 65. The Stony Brook Medicine study followed the responders' cognition from 2014 through to 2022. Looking overseas now to where the Civil Defense Directorate in Gaza says 14 people were killed in airstrikes, which hit several buildings in central Gaza this past week. The spokesman for Civil Defense says crews had recovered 14 bodies, including those of 7 children and 2 women, after these strikes in central Gaza. Dozens more had been injured. He added that rescue crews were still working at the sites. Meanwhile, dozens of Ukrainian refugees who have formed choirs in Switzerland came together in the city of Lucerne Saturday near a global summit to sing Beethoven's Ode to Joy, a choral work they say embodies their hopes for peace and freedom. Among the singers were around 50 Ukrainian refugees, some wearing embroidered national dress and crowns of flowers. from 5 different choirs from around Switzerland. The country has accepted over 65,000 Ukrainian refugees since Russia's invasion in February of 2022. And next to the UK, where Catherine, the Princess of Wales, made her first public appearance since her cancer diagnosis nearly 6 months ago. It was also the first time her 3 children had been seen publicly since Christmas. We get more now from Ian Lee in London.
Majesty, music, and military precision led the celebrations of King Charles's official birthday. More than 1,000 troops marched in London to honor their sovereign. Trooping the color is all about the king, but this year, royal watchers kept an eye out for a princess. Catherine, the Princess of Wales, rode in a carriage with her 3 children. It was her first public appearance since Christmas Day and announcing her battle with an undisclosed form of cancer in March. Yesterday, Kate released a new picture and statement saying she's making good progress going through chemotherapy and that her treatment will last a few more months. But her appearance shouldn't be viewed as a return to duties, says Sunday Times royal editor Roya Nika.
When we found out she had cancer in March and we got that announcement from Kate, Kensington Palace were very clear that she might decide to take part in some engagements here and there, but that should not be seen as a return to work.
The ceremony showcased the bond between monarch and military. But not all went as hoped. Well, the weather seems to be raining on the King's Parade, but the show still must go on. But in typical British fashion, 1 minute it's sunny, the next minute it is raining horizontally. But it didn't stop the king, who's also fighting cancer. His was discovered during surgery on his prostate earlier this year. He traded his horse for a carriage during the parade. And later, the whole family joined him on the balcony of Buckingham Palace, waving to a crowd of thousands, capped off with a flyby from the Royal Air Force. While this was a day of celebration, the country wanted to know how their king and princess were doing. Kate appeared poised, especially while wrangling her 3 children, and the king looked strong, standing there, taking salutes and returning them during the ceremony.
There's still a half-hour news ahead here on Weekend Mornings. Next, we're going to run through the morning's top headlines. Stick with us.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC turn your design dreams into reality. With customized solutions and quality products, our passion and expertise will help turn your room into a dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Elite Cognition for Best Mental Health Facility. Vote for Elite Cognition and all your favorites online today. Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Hooper for Best Plumber and Best Heating and Cooling. Vote for Hooper and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
Fight the bite and take back your yard. Trust your trained local mosquito squad of South Central Wisconsin to defend against backyard pests. Our pioneered barrier treatment is backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. If a mosquito or tick is peskier than the rest, we will apply another treatment. The season's short in Wisconsin. Don't let mosquitoes and ticks make it any shorter. Call your local mosquito squad of South Central Wisconsin for a free quote. In less than 30 minutes, you'll be on your way to being outside all day.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Buck and Honey's for Best Restaurant, Best Catering, Best New Restaurant, and Best Outdoor Dining. Vote online for Buck and Honey's today.
The whole process was just so easy.
The installation crew was extremely professional.
And efficient.
Yes.
They were like there and gone.
It's definitely convincing when you see it in front of you of what your savings are going to be.
Hi, it's Preston with Window World, your locally owned and nationally known window company located right here in Madison. Come see what our Window World family can do for your next remodel.
It's time to let go and move on to something better. At Window World, get a beautiful new patio door professionally installed for just $3,700. Don't wait any longer.
Visit windowworldmadison.com or
call us today.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Here are 3 things to know about Juneteenth. Juneteenth commemorates the day, June 19, 1865, when a Union general informed slaves in Galveston, Texas of their emancipation from slavery. In 2021, President Joe Biden signed into law a bill declaring June 19th, also known as Juneteenth, a federal holiday. Juneteenth is celebrated nationwide, from parades and music festivals to pageants and barbecues. Let's all come together as a community to honor and celebrate Juneteenth.
Right now, a controversial bike ride rolls through Madison, plus a Beloit swimming pool is closed until further notice. Your top stories are coming up. But first, Jacob is in with what you need to know on this alert day and how your plans to celebrate Father's Day could be impacted. You're watching Weekend Mornings. Good morning, thanks for joining us. I'm Kyle Zorski as we roll into this final half hour here this morning. It's going to be a hot one outside, but we do have some rain rolling through right now, so let's send it over to Jacob with what you need to know. Good morning, Jacob.
Good morning, Kyle. You mentioned alert day, and there are storms in the area, but those two are actually not connected. The alert day is for the heat, but as you mentioned, we are seeing some thunderstorm activity still across southern Wisconsin. Now, it looks like the heaviest rain has cleared out of Madison, but still seeing a line of heavy rain moving to the northeast, likely going to impact most of Dodge County and Jefferson County over the next hour or so. This line extends further down south towards the Illinois border. Again, so for those of you in Stoughton, rain's clearing up, but again, to the east of Dane County, the rain is just about starting, but it's not expected to last very long. This also includes down south to Janesville, where the rain is just about starting. A line has moved through. Looks like you folks in Janesville and Beloit could see another round of showers and storms before this system is over. To the east of Madison, there are still some showers, but not quite as heavy as the rain that has just moved through. Again, the eastern portion of Madison and those of you in Sun Prairie still seeing some of that shower and storm activity, but there's also more rain to the west of Wisconsin as a whole. This will likely impact La Crosse in the next few hours. This line of showers and storms expected to dissipate as it gets closer to Wisconsin. So overall, most of the rain will clear out of our area by around 9 to 10 a.m. Eastern and northeastern locations may see it last a bit longer, but we're certainly going to be dry by the afternoon, but we are going to be hot. I'll talk more in detail about just how high the heat index values will get coming up a bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. We'll check back in just a bit. Now to our top story this half hour. If you were in or about downtown Madison on Saturday, you may have gotten a glimpse of something unexpected. More than 100 bikers took to the streets for the annual World Naked Bike Ride, and it came despite some controversy last year. News 3 Now's Braden Ross spoke with some participants about why they wanted to come back.
I'm addicted. I love it.
The first time Holly McEntee got naked in public was 8 years ago now.
I'm standing around and there's 100 naked people all chit-chatting and I'm like, well, I don't know anybody. Am I really doing this? Yes, I guess so.
Since then, she's participated in many World Naked Bike rides.
You know, the euphoria is fantastic. I feel very triumphant.
There are plenty of different reasons people ride. For avid bike commuter Mark Buckwhite, it's about biker safety. To demonstrate the vulnerability of cyclists on the road, kind of saying, hey, what do we have to do to be seen? Get naked? Okay. For nudist Nicholas Wooten, it's about normalizing the human body.
Everyone's body, no matter how old they are or what color the skin is or whether it's fat, thin, whatever, it's a beautiful thing to have out there.
And for Holly, it comes down to empowerment.
One of the reasons I started doing the ride is because I had a breast cancer diagnosis, and I'm cancer-free now, and that is great, but it really caused me to rethink my relationship with my body. And I have thought a long time about the negative messaging that especially women get.
That's why she testified in front of the state assembly when they were considering bills targeted to stop the ride after a 10-year-old girl participated last year.
Every girl especially, but all of us, all the little boys too, should be comfortable, should be proud, happy, and not embarrassed.
And many of her fellow riders agree.
I think there was a little sense of defiance. You know, we wanted to really make a statement that we're back.
If it's not for you, that's fine, but don't make it a big deal that it shouldn't be for everyone else too.
That's Braden Ross reporting. Now, to be clear, not everyone is on board with the World Naked Bike Ride. Braden also spoke with Dane County Supervisor Jeff Wiegand, and he's the one who initially raised concerns about that child's participation this past year.
As a father of 5, and a former Dane County foster parent, I can especially tell you that children should not be permitted to take part or witness this type of event. The innocence of children is special. And as adults, we need to protect that innocence. The participants are actually taking away my freedoms because I can't bring my kids downtown Madison anymore. And if I do, I have to be very, very careful.
The Dane County District Attorney and the Madison Police Department did not take any action after the girl participated last year. They said the laws Wiegeland is referring to did not apply. Now, some other news we are continuing to follow this morning. A wanted Madison man was arrested Saturday for allegedly possessing several firearms. The arrest took place near the 7,000 block of Tree Lane, which is north of Mineral Point Road. Madison police say several 911 calls came in asking for assistance with a domestic issue. The 32-year-old is charged with a range of felon possession of a firearm to physical abuse to a child, amongst others. And a swimming pool in Beloit will be closed for a while as the hot weather Jacob mentioned earlier begins to move in today. In a press release Saturday, city staff write that Krieger Pool is closed until further notice. This is due to what they are calling a significant mechanical issue. They expect to provide an update on Wednesday at the earliest. Time is 7:36. Still ahead, Jake will have a quick check at the string of hot days, including on this Father's Day. And speaking of Father's Day, let's recognize some of the fathers of our News 3 Now staff for wishing them all and those all watching a great day. Weekend Mornings will return after this.
Belly's Flowers annuals on sale now through June. Buy 2 annuals, get 1 free. Vegetables, planters, hanging baskets, and more. Buy 2 annuals, get 1 free at the award-winning Belly's Flowers with 4 Madison area locations.
Biggest steak sale ever is this Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Save big on delicious New York strips, bacon-wrapped sirloin fillets, and mouth-watering ribeyes. This sale is huge, and so is our dad-sized 25-ounce Big T T-bone. For the best steaks around at the best prices around. Don't miss the biggest steak sale ever, Thursday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Milwaukee, are you ready? All the best parts of summer are here at Summerfest. Along one epic, music vibing, crowd cheering lakefront. Experience 600 artists across 12 stages during 3 unforgettable weekends. Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance. Find tickets, lineup, and more at summerfest.com.
It's going to be another sizzling hot summer. Don't burn up your money on high energy bills. Get new energy-efficient windows from Champion.
We have saved 25 to 30% on our energy bill since installing the windows, which blew my mind.
Stay cool and save 35% off new Champion windows. Plus, get an extra $100 off every window. The more you buy, the more you save. Save 35% off your new Champion windows and $100 off every window you buy.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain. Belly's Flowers annuals on sale now through June. Buy 2 annuals, get 1 free. Vegetables, planters, hanging baskets, and more. Buy 2 annuals, get 1 free at the award-winning Belly's Flowers with 4 Madison area locations.
Here's a look at the heat index values that we are going to see for today and tomorrow. Today, we're going to see them rise into the 80s by the noon hour, and then by the afternoon, we're going to see heat index values in the middle 90s, possibly triple digits for a few locations, especially for those of you around La Crosse. Now, Monday is also going to be a hot one, maybe not quite as hot for areas around and north of La Crosse, but southern Wisconsin will still be dealing with heat index values in the middle 90s. Once again, it is important to stay safe during this heat. We are going to be in the light orange between 90 to 105 heat index values, which means heat-related illness is possible. Not too far south of us, though, in portions of southern Illinois, they could get heat index values above 105, which in that case, heat exhaustion is likely with heat stroke possible. So again, it is important to stay safe during this heat. Here are a few safety tips. Again, stay hydrated and take frequent breaks. That is the most important. Limit excessive physical activity outside. And as I mentioned earlier in the show, it's important to check on elderly and pets because pets can also be dealing with heat exhaustion too.
Good tips, Jacob. Thank you so much. Now, in this morning's health conversation, our Shane Hogan sits down with Dr. Rupa Shah to talk about ways to keep your skin from turning red on these hot summer days. Here now is that conversation.
Well, summer is the time for beach days, pool parties, and vacations. But before you head outdoors, remember to take care of your skin because too much sun exposure can have some detrimental effects such as sunburn, skin aging, eye damage, and even skin cancer. SSM Health family medicine physician and wellness coach Dr. Rupa Shah joins me today to talk about summer skin care. Some good reminders here. So, Dr. Shah, what should people look for when choosing a sunscreen?
So most people look at, the SPF label, which is the most common and one of the most important things you should be looking at. You want at least SPF 30 to get a good 97% protection from the sun rays. However, the other thing you should be looking for is that you want to pick a broad spectrum sunscreen. So that protects you from the UVA and the UVB rays, which are important. So that way you get full coverage from all the different light sources out there.
Yeah, and it's, I don't want to say a trend because it's a health thing, but we hear a lot, especially on social media, people should be putting sunscreen on every single day. And, do you agree with that assessment? And why should people be more concerned than, just maybe putting on their moisturizer for the day?
Yeah, so, I mean, even, on cloudy days, there are UVA and UVB rays out there, and you can get some sun damage even just from that. So it's really important to protect yourself every single day, not just in the summer and sunny days, but it just decreases that photo aging that we all get as we grow older. So if you want to minimize that effect and minimize the risk of skin cancer, wearing something with an SPF of 30 at least every day is a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any other tips for being safe in the sun when it comes to skincare?
Yeah, so you want to make sure you're avoiding those peak sun hours. So between 10 and 4, the sun is very high, very strong. Trying to get some shade during those times or wearing a hat, sunglasses, that type of thing. Other than that, just make sure that you're reapplying the sunscreen. So it's not enough just to have a good SPF 30 or higher. You really got to apply it, especially if you're sweating or in the water. And every 2 hours is about a good rule of thumb to reapply.
Good rule there. Now, if you do get a sunburn, what are some good ways to treat it? Because we've all been there and it's not fun.
Yeah, even myself, believe it or not. So cool compresses can be really nice just to calm the skin. A nice aloe vera lotion is actually very soothing for the skin. Taking some ibuprofen can help with swelling, itching, pain if you get that. And then some topical over-the-counter hydrocortisone cream. It's just a very light steroid cream that can help with, again, the itching and the swelling that's associated. And remember, drink a lot of water because in essence, sunburn is dehydrating your skin. So replenishing that hydration is really important.
Yeah, maybe something you forget about too when you're in the pool surrounded by water, but you got to make sure you're drinking water too.
As well.
All right, Dr. Shah, where else can people find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Wellness with Dr. Shah.
All right, thanks as always.
Thank you.
And now moving on to some fun happening today. Anyone looking for last-minute plans for Father's Day should listen up, as Bessie's Diner in Janesville is hosting its fly-in or drive-in pancake breakfast at the Southern Wisconsin Regional Airport in Janesville. The 6th annual event began yesterday, but luckily it will also be taking place again today, going on right now until 2 o'clock.
So we have a lot of antique planes, we have some newer, brand new planes, and then this year for the first time we have some antique cars as well. We wanted what's better for Dad on Father's Day weekend than planes and cars.
With all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast, any hungry dads up for delicious flapjacks can go eat with their loved ones. It's also a great event for the whole family, plus the little ones can get up and close and personal with the new and vintage planes like she mentioned. Well, coming up next on Weekend Mornings, Jacob will check in with today's heat, and Andrew will report from the state girls soccer tournament. Stick around.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Hi, it's Preston with Window World, your locally owned and nationally known window company located right here in Madison. Come see what our Window World family can do for your next remodel.
Get a house full of Window World windows for just $90 a month. That's 10 4000 Series award-winning windows, fully installed and warranted for life.
Visit windowworldmadison.com or
call us today.
I have prepared a Thomas's breakfast for you to savor together.
Thanks, Tom. Hey, are English muffins from England?
Heavens no, they're from the pantry.
Are you from England?
Nay, I am also from the pantry. Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
There's your biggie bag. All that food for $5, that's my go-to.
Ooh, that's my ride or die.
Just like you and me. Bag boys. Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
Go biggie and get all this with the JBC for just $5.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Tailored for your news the way you want it. With a customizable home page and faster page loads, download the Channel 3000 News app. Powered by News 3 Now.
Chevy Truck's advanced camera technology lets you see over, under, through. Up to 8 available cameras and 14 views, so you can focus on the view that really matters. Don't miss a thing. Chevy's got you. Get 1.9% financing on this 2024 Silverado when you finance with GM Financial. Or get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Fight the bite and take back your yard. Trust your trained local mosquito squad of South Central Wisconsin to defend against backyard pests. Our pioneered barrier treatment is backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. If a mosquito or tick is peskier than the rest, we will apply another treatment. The season's short in Wisconsin. Don't let mosquitoes and ticks make it any shorter. Call your local mosquito squad of South Central Wisconsin for a free quote. In less than 30 minutes, you'll be on your way to being outside all day.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Here's a look at the current radar once again. A lot of the heavy rain has cleared out of Dane County, but still seeing some heavy rain just to the east. So zooming in, those of you in Jefferson, Whitewater, Fort Atkinson, heavy rain right now impacting the area. And this system is moving to the east-northeast, so areas just to the east of this expect to see that rain shortly in the next 30 minutes to an hour. Now further south, there also is another line of some showers and storms to the southwest of Janesville. This will likely track into Janesville once again, so those of you in Rock County, likely not done with the showers and storms just yet. And I also want to point out further west of Wisconsin in general, there's also some showers and storms that are moving to the east-northeast. Those of you in La Crosse may see some of these showers over the next hour or two, but that line of rain is likely going to dissipate pretty quickly. Now, overall, the rain looks to clear out of our area kind of around 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Places to the west, we'll see it clear out a bit earlier, and places to the east, we'll see it last a bit longer. But by the afternoon, our entire area will be dry, but we also are going to be warm with high temperatures in the upper 80s. And that is really when the alert day starts. the alert days for the hot temperatures rather than the thunderstorm activity we are seeing today. All of southern Wisconsin, and then it will continue through Tuesday. So let's take another look at the heat index values we are expecting today. We're going to see them rise into the middle 90s for much of the area. A few locations around La Crosse may actually see those heat index values get into the triple digits. Wouldn't surprise me if a few places in southern Wisconsin see that also. So it's going to be a pretty hot day, and we also are going to see that sunshine, which will make it feel a bit hotter. As we look at the heat index values for Monday, not as bad for La Crosse and areas to the north, but southern Wisconsin will still be dealing with heat index values in the middle 90s, and that's going to be the case for Tuesday as well. So as we've been talking about all morning, here are some safety tips to keep you safe during the heat. Light clothing is advised, as well as light colored clothing, but the best thing you could do is limit time outside and obviously drink plenty of water. Now, we're still going to be warm for the middle of the week, but the bigger story by the time we get to Wednesday is we are going to see the thunderstorm activity increase once again. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we are expecting some showers and storms, and the storm activity may continue into the weekend as well, and early portion of next week, but the middle of the week, that is the best chance to see the thunderstorms. So for La Crosse, again, on and off chances of storms throughout much of the 10-day forecast. Highs will still be in the middle 80s even after the alert day is over. Highs will be in the lower 80s by the beginning of the following week, but still we could see some thunderstorm activity. So basically, the warm temperatures are here to stay. Thankfully, they're not going to be too bad. We're not talking about heat index values over 105, which we very well could see later this summer. But for now, we are still dealing with some hot temperatures, but it won't be as hot by the middle of the week. But like I said, still warm, so definitely take it easy.
For the third year in a row, Oregon girls soccer is in the D2 state title game, and they're playing Whitefish Bay for the third year in a row. Oregon looking for redemption after last year's runner-up finish. But the Blue Dukes trying to defend their crown. Meanwhile, the Cats trying to take that gold ball back. End of the first half, and Oregon with a prime opportunity in a scoreless game. Kylie Steele's corner kick batted away, and the second chance misses too. We would head to half, remaining scoreless. Then in the second half, the Panthers pounce. 50th minute, and Addison Worth dribbling and deking defenders. Worth finds the net. Her 10th goal of the season helps Oregon finally break through, and they'd hold on to win it, completing their redemption tour and putting the Panthers on top of the world.
When we made it to the state championships last year, I was determined to help the seniors on that team get a state championship, but we fell short. And this year, I was just so locked in because I wanted it so bad.
To be able to win it twice is amazing. Last year when we were here and we lost, it was just the worst feeling. So knowing we could come back and do it again is just amazing. It feels even better than when I was a freshman.
I felt amazing the first time, and it feels even better the second time. I mean, getting 1 gold ball is an absolute dream, but getting 2 is an even bigger dream that I was so happy to be able to accomplish.
The dynasty drives on for Oregon as they win their 4th championship in program history and their 2nd in the last 3 years. And they're not going anywhere anytime soon. In Milwaukee at Eline Soccer Park, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Sports.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Beef Butter Barbecue for Best Barbecue, your #1 choice for barbecue and catering. Vote online for Beef Butter Barbecue today.
Certain this is going to work?
Nothing to it.
For Imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Now, don't you worry. I'm going to take real good care of your windows.
You need the experts at Feldco. Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2026. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast so you can enjoy your new windows all summer long. 2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for 27 years. They've always taken care of me. But when they asked me to talk to you about their special customer event, Us Days, I said, I gotta get in shape. So they sent me this Hollywood trainer. Oh, this guy's no joke. Us Days means exclusive deals just for us customers.
Now let's try burpees. Us Days is back at U.S. Cellular. Current customers get $1,200 off any phone, plus $300 off any tablet.
Tonight, after the Tony Awards, for a couple struggling to start a family.
There were a lot of hard nights. There were a lot of tears.
But the path they traveled became part of their story of hope.
I could see myself reading a story just like this to my child.
I'll show you how a Sun Prairie man's late-night vision inspired his next chapter to do something good.
Our family is special and precious to us, and this book allows us to help tell that story.
Tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
We all have a job to do.
Finally this morning, some entertainment news. Inside Out 2 is almost certainly going to be one of the hottest movies to check out this year. Box office trackers say the animated sequel opening this weekend could debut with $80 to $90 million in ticket sales. However, it is too soon to tell if that will happen. Anything over $82.5 million would surpass Dune Part 2 as the year's top domestic debut, and it's already opened #1 in 8 international markets, including Germany and Korea. And so, Jacob, it is safe to say on this Father's Day, it might not be a bad idea to maybe take in a movie inside, maybe where there's AC and no rain or the heat out there.
Also, yeah, go to the movies. That's always a great idea. Now,
it's a great Father's Day choice.
I am really into movies, and I always like to check out the box office numbers. And if I'm not mistaken, Inside Out Friday alone hit 62 million. So I think they're going to surpass that 82 million. But yeah, stay cool out there. Watch the movie inside if you can.
Thank you all for watching. We're back here next week.